Hey everybody! So next up we're going to be taking a look at the Studio Series Buzzworthy Bumblebee Transformers Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime. Okay, I don't really get why this is in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. Why would you make Optimus Prime, the main character of the movie, the only exclusive to Target in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line, which is usually more for like reissues and stuff? Why would you do that? I really don't understand that logic. I don't get it. Neither does my cat, but they did what they did. And there's really nothing I can do about it, but I don't really understand it, which is making this guy really hard to find. I hope he gets a more mass release later, but as of right now, the only way to get him is in the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line, and I don't understand why. I don't get it, but sure. But here he is. And I gotta say, from the front, he looks really nice. The top could use a little more red, but just from the dead front, I think he looks pretty nice in truck mode, and then you turn him around. I guess they just ran out of budget. I think is what they said. They straight up just ran out of budget. And from the front, he looks pretty cool. From the back, I think if we look at the Bumblebee Prime, they're not even close to the same mold, which is a good thing. I do like that they're different molds, but if you look at the back on this one, so much more filled out here, and so much cleaner looking. This is just a mess. I think like back here is okay. It's getting up here, like literally all you had to do was just make these panels fold in and then have these move down. I really don't know. I don't know why. They just ran out of budget, I guess. But we'll get back to this guy later. But I mean, he still rolls fairly decently. But it's just this whole back is a little bit of an eyesore. But from the front, he looks cool. So I don't have the mainline one, so I'm not going to be comparing him to that. I haven't gotten anything from the Rise of the Beast mainline, and I'm probably not going to. So let's transform him. Let's pull this off. Fold these down. Separate these legs to pull out his sword. Then we'll pull these down. Separate the legs. Rotate the foot down like so. We'll rotate these down a little bit. Clip these into place. Ba-bam. Ba-bam. Legs are done. Legs have a very simple transformation. So we're going to fold these up like that, and then we'll unclip these, then we'll pull this piece down like so. We'll fold these pieces up, and then get these pieces folded up, and it can be a little on the tough side. There we go. Because that joint is pretty tight. Then we'll rotate these gray pieces up. Fold this open. Flip out the hand. Turn that around and then collapse this together. And do the same thing over here. Get in there. Fold these wheels up like that. Turn that around. Fold him up. Clip that back piece in. Make sure these pieces are untabbed. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. Open this chest piece up. Fold that up. Fold that down. Clip that into place. And there we have Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And before we talk about anything else, I do think his transformation is a lot more fun than the Bumblebee Prime. Speaking of the Bumblebee Prime, here he is. And I do like the Bumblebee Prime, don't get me wrong. I actually think his truck mode is better. But in terms of both transformation and robot mode, I do think the Rise of the Beast one wins. There's one thing about the robot mode I think he does better, and that's the gun, because I think Rise of the Beast Prime's gun's kind of gross. But I do think he does look better in robot mode overall. I like the aesthetic better. I like the slender look more. I think he has a much better head sculpt, as you can see. His isn't bad. His is pretty good, but I like his better. I just like the design of the Rise of the Beast guy design more, personally. That's just me, though. Articulation-wise, his head, full 360. Look up and down. Arms. That transformation joint is a little bit of a bitch. But the arms do a full 360. Up and down the shoulder. Bicep. Double elbow joint. He has a double elbow joint. He's got waist pivot, technically. Waist swivel. Legs can go forward. Can't really go back. Has a knee. Turn right there. Ankle. I can move forward and back. He has wrist too. So he's got a pretty... He doesn't have a butterfly joint, unfortunately, but he still has a pretty solid range of articulation for what he is. Now, in terms of the weapons, he can, if you just want to store them, the sword can store on those bottom clips, and the gun can also only store on the bottom clips. So I really don't know what the point of the big holes is. I have no idea. There's something coming out that combines with them later. I don't know. So if you want to use the sword, you can either just hold it, which I think looks kind of bad. You can plug it in here, which also just kind of looks bad. Whereas if you plug it into the side right there, that's where it shines. And then the gun, fold the hand in. Then you can plug the gun. Well, I can stop dropping it. You can plug the gun. Oh my god. You can plug the gun into his hand, which honestly is kind of pathetic. So I just kind of leave that on the back. I am probably going to get the DNA design upgrade kit for this guy. Simply for the gun. But for a little bit of a size comparison, here he is with Scourge. And he is smaller than Scourge. By a decent bit. But again, Scourge is the leader class, Prime's a Voyager. So. But they do look like they can get into a fight with each other. Because they do get into a fight with each other. Considering Scourge is the main villain of the movie. And learn the power of a Prime. If you know, you know. So. That's that. Between these two, they kind of even out for me. But I do lean a little bit more toward Prime. Simply because he's Prime. But Scourge is a really cool figure. I do think this is actually my favorite Studio Series Optimus so far. I find the transformation to be the most enjoyable of all the Studio Series Primes. I do like the design quite a bit, and I love the poses you can get him in. Like, I am very much impressed with this guy. When I first saw the images of him, like, when they first showed him, I was like, eee! And then I looked at him more and more, and I was like, oh, okay, that actually looks a lot better than the initial images they showed off. So I do actually quite dig this guy. If you can find him, grab him, because he is hard to find. The price for him is honestly a little nuts. I was able to find one for like $40 on Mercari, and I think that's a good price for him. But if you wait to find him in the store, if you're gonna get him, I think. But I do think if you find him, you should pick him up because he is really freaking cool, and I do think he's the best Studio Series Prime we've gotten so far. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stick around for more. Take care.